my argument for all of this is just simply that you shouldn't have a person in charge of all of Christendom at the head of it and placed upon such a pedestal, bestowing some of these virtues upon a single man simply because I don't care how far back in history you go to look at the historicity of papal authority. It's not in the Bible, and that's my biggest problem, because you can go back to the 4th century and the 5th century, and you can undermine the argument of many Protestants like me who argue that no, it wasn't in the 11th century when the papacy first shows up. You can trace it back further than that. I'll agree with you. You just can't trace it back far enough to actually get papal authority from Scripture.
What authority do you think the Pope has? I just want to clarify for everyone real quick, since we just got a new Pope. The Pope's main role is administrative, and that authority is pretty limited. He can't just declare and say, I think this thing is now true, and thus it must be true. Most of his authority is paperwork. Not to diminish his role, he is the Supreme Pontiff, he is the Vicar of Christ, but it's not like the papal authority is like such a high thing that he's in charge of everything ever at all times. The Orthodox Church, which left the Catholic Church, actually even agrees on this. The question is, okay, but how much of a headship does he have? But even like you mentioned, in the 4th century, you see people like Jerome saying that one among the 12 was chosen to be the head to prevent division. So spiritually, the Pope has no more authority than he did have in the early church. Logistically, yeah, we're in at different times. There are a few different things that can be set up, but that's it. Saying that the Pope doesn't have control over certain matters because they aren't explicitly listed in Scripture is the exact same thing as saying the Pope shouldn't talk about AI because that's not his control, because it doesn't mention AI in the Bible. If we're just going by Scripture of it's either in there 100% or we're not going to do it at all, it's a very silly way to look at Scripture.